Fly Guy in the building. It's your boy Fly Guy coming with Grappling Industries update. Well, as you can see, I got 2 silver medals and I left with an injury. My actual fan here, Gerald, actually came. For those of you that actually came, meaning Gerald, for those of you that actually came and said you were coming, meaning Gerald, that came to the fight, saw what happened. So that's what happened. 2 medals, both silver. First fight ever as a blue belt. I'm not gonna lie, it was scary as hell. The very first fight, but after that, made contact. Guy caught me in La La Land for a second. I don't know what the hell's going on. I just kind of looked over and said, I know I'm getting grabbed. Like, oh shit! Like this guy was not playing. He was like, come here, Fly Guy, I want you. That star in the background, she just wants to be in the show, but I told her next time. But so what did you see? What did you see when you were there?
I saw the matches that I saw in your category, blue belt, your age group, and weight. The competition was fierce. They're faster, more aggressive, and they knew their technique was on point. Mm-hmm. You held your own, but again, they were just more. They were fast. The first guy, his technique was impeccable. And that's how he got you.
That goes to show you, any of you out there that ever decide you want to get into jiu-jitsu, it don't matter what you weigh. It don't matter how strong you are. If you're strong, great. If you're not, it's okay. You can be weak and feeble and still be able to do this sport. It's one of those things that you just have to keep coming and training. Yes, you're going to get smashed. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. But this guy was 170 pounds. Here I am, 237. This is absolute. And he won. So that's really how it went. I mean, nice guy. Shout out to that guy, Ray. Shout out to Ray. He won. He is and Panero Jiu-Jitsu. So shout out to Panero. For those of you that do know me, I am kind of a journeyman when it comes to going to other gyms and rolling. So if you ever happen to see me, or if you're a grappler yourself, comment in the box and like, hey, come roll with me, or if you ever want to come roll with me where I roll at, it's just whatever. I'm always welcome. I'm always welcoming to new rolls. I am an ultra heavy, but I'm actually a gentle guy. Unless we're in competition, and obviously the guy that did this, he wasn't gentle at all. But I'll get to him in a second, though. So, yeah, Grappling Industries. Y'all probably won't ever see an IBJJF. Those are monsters out there. I'm not a monster yet, so yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll go out there. I don't know.
Maybe.
He does train with me. Gerald does train with me. So the teammates came out, for those of you that, like I said again, for those of you that were able to come out, or maybe you just forgot, or you just got busy with life. I'm just picking at you. It happens. Things happen. It happens. I'm taking this off. But, yeah. So that was Grappling Industries in a nutshell from the spectator's perspective. What did you see in the fight with Daniel?
He was very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Really aggressive.
He was good. I'm not going to say he wasn't good. Very experienced. You did very well. The second fight, you did very well. Mm-hmm. You were able to hold him off. That was the best fight I've seen you in. You gave him trouble, and he's had 5 years on you. You've only been in blue belt for 6 months. Like I said, 5 years is a lot, and you were still able to hold him off. And that's kudos to you.
And cool, and shout out to Daniel, man. Actually, that's my number 1 fan out there, Daniel. So shout out to Daniel P. I ain't gonna put your name out there like that, bro, because I don't know if you want it out there like that. But Daniel P, you know who you are, man. Shout out to you, man. I'm a #1 fan. This guy says, fly guy in the house. He's like, I studied your video. I said, oh shit, I fought a fan. So I can knock one off a bucket list. I actually fought a fan this time. So I actually met one in person, fought one in person, and yeah, I did not win. That's okay though. He's actually a very good fighter, a very good, a concerned person, because when it happened, he wrist locked me. So you really don't know what wrist locks are. This is blue belts are able to do wrist locks. So wrist gets locked here, or it gets bent this way, or whatever. Well, mine happened to get bent back this way, and you can hear. We both heard the crunch. So when he got up, he immediately said, "I broke his wrist," and it wasn't a cocky thing, or it was more like Lawrence Taylor when he broke Joe Theismann's leg. So I said, "No, it's not broken. It's just it's a bad sprain." But I really do appreciate the concern that you had afterwards. That's what jiu-jitsu is all about. Yes, your injuries happen, tap outs happen, chokes happen, things like that happen. But being humble about it is also the other part of it too. You can't just go around injuring people and not have some kind of concern. So I do appreciate that, Daniel. I really do. And eventually, one of these days, I'll come out there on a Friday night to your gym you're telling me about, and we'll get one in. So that's where I stand on that. I really do appreciate your concern, and I got your number. I'm gonna send you this video too. Make sure, and eventually you're gonna be on the show too. So we'll get your perspective, because you're the one that it's me and you going at it in the first place. So. What else did you see out there? What else? Because I didn't really watch many of the fights. It just kind of.
I love to watch the kids.
Kids are vicious.
They're vicious. They're savages. Shout out to Julio.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Julio, and shout out to Joe. Joe's daughter won. I think she won. She won in gi and no gi. So she was doing her thing. Didn't expect to see him out there. I did not expect to see Julio out there. I saw him, I was like, he's like, hey, Julio's out there. I'm like, who? He's like, Julio. I'm like, oh, for real? So, of course, I ran over to Julio and talked to him real quick. But shout out to Joe's daughter. I ain't going to say her name, but, shout out to her. I'm glad you won, did everything. And shout out to all the kids out there. Just got out there on the mat and just did the thing, man. Because whether you win or learn, you're still doing something more than what the average kid would do. And the adults too. Y'all are doing something more than what the average person does. So don't think because you didn't necessarily medal or you didn't necessarily get the results you wanted that you're not getting better. For you to actually step out on the mat, like I've said before, you win when you step on the mat in the first place. And that's that. It takes a lot of fortitude to step on the mat with another grown man that's probably the same size as you or bigger, or a grown woman that's the same size as you or bigger, or a kids step on the mat with a kid that's probably as old as you but bigger, and go at it. No, punches aren't being thrown. No, we're not slamming. No slamming. This guy. We'll talk about that in a second. but the simple fact of the matter is that you had the nuts to get out there and do the damn thing. So shout out to everybody that got out there and did it, man. I'm really happy for you. If you didn't win, don't worry about it. I mean, my one kid I told him, I said, hey man, we're matching. We both got medals. You got to learn to lose sometimes, because losing is a part of life. You're not always going to win. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't lose in jiu-jitsu, you learn. Okay, I won't do that again, so next time I see him, I'm going to get him. And you might get him in training, but, hey. And if you don't necessarily want to compete, you don't have to. It's a fun environment. Everybody gets to learn. It's kind of like Boy Scouts, except we get to choke each other out. I saw a few out there that were, there was one white belt fight I saw, the guy with the purple, the pink one, That dude was bad. I don't know his name, but shout out to dude the pink geek. Hey man, you did the damn thing. Ray, no offense to your boy that was fighting him, because he was doing his thing to Tommy. Shout out to you, Tommy, man. You did the thing, man, but dude just he had it. He was just he told me that the dude was like the Snoop Dogg of jiu-jitsu. He just chilling, like just that's whatever. He got hit with a karate choke too. He just didn't tap. He's like, whatever, I'm good. I'm not worried about it. I'm like, wow, okay. I'm thinking, all right, yeah, he's gonna tap. Nope, did not tap at all. He was like, I got buns tighter than this because he had long hair. So I'm like, okay, he's not tapping. I'm like, he's not tapping. He's not tapping. Okay, and then I turn for like a second and say, I know the match is over. And apparently caught him in the arm bar. So shout out to Tommy. You know, man, he did the thing. I don't know how the rest of your matches went. I hope they went all right. Shout out to Matt Cowboy. I'm gonna see you again, man. I told you, like I said, injured, so it was no point in me actually stepping on the mat for no gi. Matt probably would have wiped the mat with me, but he's a big guy, guys. I mean, we're talking 255, just swole. Now, of course, you're gonna say, Fly Guy, I just thought you said it doesn't matter how big you are. Well, it doesn't. But at the same time, there are some people out there that are very big. They're strong and they're skilled too. So skill with that strength, that's going to equal a problem. But sometimes technique will be strength. Well, most of the time, if you know what you're doing. So it just takes time. It takes mad time. You're not going to get out there and just learn it just like that. It doesn't work that way. If it did, everybody would do it. And my head hurts. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Daniel again on the very first match. I can't remember how it happened. I guess it was more like a bum rush because I managed to tuck my head, man. So for those of y'all that are air jiu-jitsu, practice your break falls. Practice your break falls because those are important. Because if I didn't break fall, oh man, it would have been a problem. He finished me in 10 seconds, that first one. So, of course, but it would have been probably not a knockout with that being said. So, it wasn't adrenaline that kept me going, unlike most people think. It was actually technique that kept me awake in that moment. But I still lost with an arm bar. So, yeah, elbow still hurts. Both elbows hurt and a wrist. I'm too old for this shit. But I'm still gonna do it because that's what I do. I mean, you see it says the grappler. I mean, that's what I do. So I know there's some jiu-jitsu people out there. I know you're watching this damn video. So I need you to get in these comments and tell me what you think. And tell me where you're at. Why do you do jiu-jitsu? Tell me why. What's your reasoning? My reasoning was self-defense. And then along with it came anger control, calmness in situations, and I can defend myself against the average person. And probably some other, not high, maybe skilled folks, enough to get away. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, like I said, my actual fan actually came to the match, paid to get in, and stayed until I left. So for those of you that were gonna come, I appreciate the effort. But if you didn't make it or whatever's going on, I hope everything's okay. But I'm just picking at you. I'm just messing with you. But anyways, for those of you that were gonna come, I appreciate the effort. Thanks for the love. Shout out to Judo Steve. Shout out to Cohesion. Shout out to Coach Brian. Coach, we did it. We did it again. But we're gonna go for gold next time. If something's gonna happen, we're gonna make that gold come to us. Worlds in July. Fly Guy will be there. Fly Guy will not be competing. No. It's too many beasts out there. No. Never. Not happening. I will watch though. And I will talk. Like, dang, that's nice. But it ain't gonna be Ben Newsom. No. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe one day. But not this year. I gotta see that. This has gotta get better first. So
Look at that.
What else did you see out there? We saw a lot of parents out there. I saw a lot of jiu-jitsu families. Mom, or not necessarily mom, but dad and all three kids, or all the kids, brothers and sisters. It was like a jiu-jitsu picnic, man. You just turn around and it's like, oh, my son's over there, my daughter's over here, and I'm about to compete right now. Like, oh wow.
Yeah, whole family's competing.
Whole family's competing. I mean, so you want to talk about a family that can defend themselves? Like, well, y'all want to settle this? Take it to the mat. Whoever wins, that's why I wins the argument. So it's like, you got to do this. No, you got to do this. Like, we'll take it to the mat. I mean, well, you say it. I'm like, all right, cool. Go get your gi. No, it's no gi. Right?
I saw fathers training their little girls that were too young to compete, and their little boys right there.
Yeah, older boys, younger boys. There was one. Shout out to Ray's little cousin. He got armbarred by some little girl, and she didn't let go. So, for those of you that have like a control issue, when somebody taps, let go. Don't be that person that keeps cranking it. It's not cool. That's called a mat bully. But I don't think she was trying to be a mat bully. I think she just didn't know he tapped, and then the ref had to, for safety purposes, tap her like, stop. He already tapped, so he didn't compete after that, which obviously, if you're injured, you're not going to compete again. So if you do, you're just becoming more of a mat warrior, and that's not what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to come to your house with the news cameras and be like, hey, so I heard you compete in Grappling Industries, so how was that? Unfortunately, because of the small community that we are, the grapplers will care, but the entire world will not. I care because I'm a grappler. That's what I do. But for the most part, don't harm yourself. Don't hurt yourself. So for those of you that like to come back from injury in 2 or 3 months, and it's going to take 6 months, and you injure yourself again, I'm kind of tell you, that's on you. Let yourself heal, and then go from there. If you gotta train a little bit smarter, not necessarily harder, then do that. Tell them, hey, watch the wrists. No wrist locks, because I'm still healing from that. Or, hey, don't lock my leg. I'm still healing from that. So little things like that, it's not necessarily it's not a race. And don't belt chase and don't medal chase. Because when you belt chase and medal chase, you have no cause. You gotta like the process, like Jiu-Jitsu. Say, I shout out to Jiu-Jitsu. Like he said, love the process, not the rewards afterwards. But yeah, so what else is going on besides the fight we just had? What you been up to, man?
Working, dealing with children, half-grown kids, son.
Yeah, shout out to his son. I'm gonna get you on the map, bro. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and submit you because you're doing too much. I've heard too many stories. No, I'm just playing. But
he's a good kid.
You never decided to step out on the map. But yeah, he sounds like a good kid, man. So you've done a good job. You've done a real good job. It's just sometimes it's like
really.
It's like, did you really just do that? I'm gonna have to put my foot in behind. Like, yeah.
It never stops. All you parents know that. Listen.
Parents, we know this. It never stops. It never, ever stops. You're always a parent for the rest of your life. And I still got 13 years. So I still got to deal with attitudes. Daddy, you don't know this. And then, yeah, so I guess all the little smart remarks I've made to my parents, I'm gonna get it right back, probably 10 times worse.
10 times worse.
Is she? What'd you say? Oh wow, okay. So yeah, but everybody knows Fly Guy knows Fly Guy can be petty too. So I'm like, oh, for real? I got something for you. Like you go ahead and keep that same energy. Speaking of energy, man, Matt came out there. Not Matt. I'm sorry, not Matt. Sorry, Matt. Daniel came out there with the energy I've never seen in my life. Like the dude was just
He was on fire.
intense. Like just I've never seen it before. Like it was one of those things. Like man, he was just kind of just I'm coming for you. Like okay, well,
He brought it. You brought it.
he brought it, and I brought it right back. The second I brought it right back. Not gonna lie, I was hoping. I think what ticked me off even more about it. It's not the wrist lock. That's like I said, injuries happen. I think what I was upset about is I didn't survive the whole match. That's more for me. That would be more personal moral victory to survive the whole match. But from white belt, from which I've seen before, and the videos that he told me himself that he studied, because that's where I knew the foot was going to be out there. I've made changes as to lasting.
So the first match, 10 seconds. The second match, 4 minutes.
So I had like a minute left. So
Either way, it's a big deal.
it was a big deal for me. So like I said again, Daniel, shout out to you, man. Like I said, one of these days, I know you told me on Fridays y'all have like y'all just do sessions and roll, no instructionals. So I'll show up out there as soon as like I said, I can't be a hypocrite to say let yourself heal and not come out there a week later and not healed up or nothing. So it's gonna be a interesting topic going on. So in other news, I need a co-host, a female co-host. Ladies, listen to this. I need a female who is not afraid to get on camera and talk, just like Pepper Potts did. If you are willing to get on camera and talk, hit me up on my Facebook, Insta, or you can leave a comment here. Facebook, you find me under, I think it's Ben Newsom. And then on Insta, it's Ben Newsom 87-ish. Look, Ben _ Newsom 87-ish. You can send me a message. Send me a message on Messenger. You can send me a comment here. I don't do these all the time. I just need somebody. I need a female perspective. And you're not afraid to talk. You don't have to necessarily be there all the time. I'll talk to you about it. I'll tell you more details later. If you're in only serious inquiries, don't give me this, oh, I'll do it, but I'm scared. I don't want to hear all that. If you actually want to do it, tell me. If you don't, that's cool. Don't worry about it. If he's like watching and armchair critiquing, like most people do, then tell me. But other than that, I need ones that are actually serious about this. So let me know. And so, ladies, let me know if you actually want to be on the show and you don't mind giving your opinion on camera and being out there. That's what this is going to be. Okay? What else is going on?
Jeez.
Shout out to the Cowboys only drafting like, I think all I saw was a linebacker. I want to say a tackle. It's something. I don't know what the hell Cowboys are doing this year. They're just, you're trading away all my damn receivers. You expect Dak would throw to himself? I mean, Zeke is Zeke. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, the whole point of this video was tell you how the fight went. I did lose both. You will see that I did lose both, but they were lessons learned. I was told by one of my friends that she's like, "Oh, it looks like my son's match, but in adult form." I was like, "Oh, thanks," but I'll take that as a compliment. It is what it is. Like I said, so my response to her was, "We both have a lot of learning to do." So, of course, again, there's no reason to get mad. There's no reason to get upset about it. It is what it is. Truth is the truth. I can't even fold my arms. It hurts. That hurts.
It'll get better.
So those of you that get wrist locked, don't ever put your elbow on the mat and let them cup your elbow. Because you looking at wrist lock, you look at wrist lock city all day. So just notice if you see them doing this number right here, and your hand is like this, oh, you might as well go on and tap before you do it. Because it's going to hurt like hell. But, don't say I didn't tell you. Well, I'm Fly Guy. This is
G
G Money. And we out.